Hey guys, so Deadpool 3 is just about to release, and I bet we are all pretty happy to see Hugh Jackman return to his iconic role as Wolverine. But personally, when I first saw him return, I was thinking of something entirely different. I thought to myself, remember when Wolverine had an anime? That's right, our favorite X-Men had a whole anime series straight from Japan all to himself. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. First, let's talk about how and why. You see, back in 2010s, Marvel and Madhouse Inc., the animation studio known for the classics of anime such as Trigun, Death Note, first season of One Punch Man, and more recently, Frieren Beyond Journey's End, had a collaboration together known simply as Marvel Anime, where they produced 4 series based off of famous Marvel IPs. That included, in the order of release, Iron Man, Wolverine, the X-Men, and Blade. But for today, let's just focus on the second one, Wolverine, released January 7, 2011. It follows, well, Logan, the Wolverine himself. Personally, I think Logan getting a whole anime series makes the most sense out of all of them, since he's the only one who has an extensive history with Japan to pull from in the comics. And for the same reason, this anime is the only one out of the 4 which, to my limited comic book knowledge, actually adapts one of Wolverine's stories. Specifically from the volume 2 of the Wolverine comic, the one where he, you guessed it, goes to Japan. But before we talk about the plot, let's mention some other things. The character designs in this just scream coolness, edginess, and masculinity with how they look. Which is my way to say that I like the art style, which might be familiar to some of you, and that's because most of the crew who worked on this was also responsible for the old Devil May Cry anime. It's pretty obvious when you compare Logan and Dante side by side. Talking about Logan, this might be a controversial take, but I do like the way he looks in this. He's not exactly a super macho man like how you expect him to look like, he's more of a lean buff guy and actually quite handsome in this strangely different way than he is in the movies and the comics. Plus, the more casual streetwear outfit rather than a classic superhero suit really complements his look. The red jacket giving him the spice he really needs to balance it all out. Which raises one question for me. Why the hell did they change it in the X-Men series? So before I go on this tirade, let me tell you one thing. Logan, you see, also appeared in the Iron Man anime a year prior. And he looked basically the same as he does in here. That makes sense, right? But then, one series later, he just randomly transitioned into this buff unit of a man! With like no in-universe explanation whatsoever on how or why. Like, it's not even just the hair or the face or anything like that is different. He has like a whole different body build in this. Like, did he hit the gym or something? Because if he did, he clearly didn't have the conviction to keep hitting it, since he also appears in the Blade anime, the last one, and he's back to being red-jacketed lean buff guy. So like, what happened? Why did they randomly change it and then noped out? All of the crews across the series seem to have agreed to have this design for him, and these guys just ruined it! Moving on. The animation is really solid, and both the soundtrack and the sound design is good if I say so myself. Really giving you that schnick, gnit, and whatever other sound effect you want, with a healthy amount of rock as the cherry on top. And finally, the creme de la creme, the plot itself, which is really fucking boring! Here's the deal. I really wish to tell you that this is some real hidden gem, that we need more of this, and that the fact it's so relatively unknown is a big letdown. But this thing is just so boring. It's not bad, far from it, it's okay. Not good, but okay. It's definitely more interesting than the comics and the movie version of this story, in my opinion, but like, it's just not that interesting of a story to begin with. I've never really cared about it, so all of this just ends up being like really mid. Hey, Editor Andy here. Just wanted to say that it sounds like I really dislike the plot structure in this segment. But in actuality, I think the episode-to-episode plot here is very cool and awesome and zingtastic. It's just the main overall plot is very weak, that's what I meant. Anyway, back to the video. Also, eat your veggies, don't forget, eat your veggies, that's Editor Andy's advice. Go, bye. Woo, I'm fading away. But okay, let's just get to the plot. So it goes a little like this. Logan's girlfriend, Mariko Yashida, gets taken by her father, Shingen, a bald head of a Yakuza clan that has close ties with AIM. Mariko is forced into an arranged marriage with this handsome and yet so ugly at the same time guy, Hideki Kurohagi, who owns like a crime syndicate and an entire island anyway. Logan of course finds all of it out and goes in to get his girlfriend back, meeting new enemies, new friends, old friends. You're a cock, Scott. Shut up. That's basically about it when it comes to plot. There's of course some twists and turns in the middle, but I don't want to spoil this thing too much. Oh, but it does have some redeeming qualities though, like this guy, Kikyo Mikage, a straight up samurai version of Wolverine, with near identical powers. He was kinda cool. Like, not very cool, mind you, like, just kinda cool. Like, he was okay. Not like great, but just okay. He was fine. He was a fine addition. Oh yeah, I've almost forgotten to mention this, but the English dub for this is abysmal. Now, to be honest, I ain't exactly a voice work professional in any way, as you can hear from my choppy delivery, so I have no idea if this is the fault of the voice actors or the voice direction or God knows who. But the undeniable fact is, it's horrible to listen to and I don't advise watching it like that. On the topic of watching, I'm surprised they didn't put this on Disney+. Probably has to do with rights or with how obscure it is, I don't know. That seems to be about it really when it comes to this anime. Hold on! There's actually one more thing. Just as I was about to be done making this whole video, I found the old announcement trailer Madhouse gave at Comic-Con San Diego in 2009. Well, Wolverine looked like this. Holy crap, why did he look like that? Why is he so charming? What were they cooking with this and why didn't they continue? Because they should've. I wanna see what this version of Wolverine would have been like. Seems a lot more eccentric than what they actually went with. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled yapping. It's just a really strong 4.5 out of 10 from me. Nothing spectacular, but there's way worse out there. I do wish we had more anime adaptations of Marvel superheroes. The last one came out in like 2017. But it is what it is, and so we're stuck with this 2010s incarnate, baby. But moving on, remember to like and subscribe and tune in to the next amazing Zingah video, where we're gonna talk about other cool as hell topics like violence!